Well, good afternoon. This festival is called the Battle of Ideas, and the assisted dying discourse over the past few days has most certainly felt like warfare. I want to argue that this need not be the case. When we use language like licensed state killing and slippery slope, we fail to grasp what this is really about. The battle, insofar as there is one, is between real embodied human beings and notional bad people who may or may not exist. So I would like to take you straight to the person who, in intellectual discussions, always gets neglected. This is the person who is dying. The person, let's give her a name, Louise, who is in such agony that she wants some help to shorten her dying. She has probably had a very long journey, some pretty foul treatments. She will have lurched between hope and despair. During this time, she will have had the support of local medics, GPs and consultants, a whole team of people who have been kind and supportive. They understand Louise. They have explained all sorts of options for treatment, some of which might lengthen life, but at a cost. In other words, they have delivered care. In response to the doctor saying, "There is nothing more we can do, we need to discuss what next," Louise says that she would like her much trusted doctor to write a prescription for medicine, which she would then take to bring her suffering to an end. She does not see that as the doctor killing her. She sees it as an extension of his care, an act of compassion and kindness for which she is profoundly grateful. This will be a very small number of people, but what gives us the right to stand by Louise's bed and tell her that she is wrong? Is it right that just because we are anxious about some imagined possible bad people, she has to suffer to the bitter end? It's logical for the doctor or team who knows the patient best to support them through this process. This is part of the known benefits of integrated care, which is well established across the NHS. And a departure from this at the end of life seems inappropriate, impractical and unjustified. Those who suggest a separate service of dedicated assisting dying teams may be concerned about two things: the impact of assisted dying on the doctor-patient relationship and the rights of doctors who oppose assisted dying and do not wish to participate. The right of doctors to conscientiously object to having any part in assisted dying will be protected by the legislation. Evidence from overseas shows that the relationship between the doctor and the patient is actually improved by legalising assisted dying. Clinicians describe their role in helping dying patients with their wishes as a privilege and the most meaningful part of their job. So I am suggesting that there is a quiet and gentle way of introducing assisted dying as one more part of the process of dying that we all have to encounter. Since there is now no drama around the subject, just lived experience, I asked my extended family in Switzerland about this. They said that even more important than having autonomy if pain and loss of dignity overwhelmed them, there was the relief from terror. My uncle managed his terminal diagnosis pretty well, but at 3 a.m, his thoughts turned very dark. Once he had signed up, the terror left him. It wasn't that he necessarily would, but that he could. Now, I know that there are risks that any freedom we give people can be exploited, but we have good examples of quality law both in Switzerland and Oregon which mitigate those risks. Some of you will dismiss what I say as too emotional. You are wrong. If you empty this discussion of emotion, you dehumanize it. What someone suffering in agony needs is the milk of human kindness, not a PhD in the subject. The call to introduce assisted dying is a call to kindness, and that kindness is deepened when surrounded by the NHS team who know you and care for you.